Have you ever wondered why people say they want freedom, but when given the chance to truly be free, they hesitate? Why societies demand change, but when change begins to happen, those same people become afraid? It's not a contradiction, it's human nature, and it's one of the greatest ironies of political life. Most people don't actually want freedom. They want comfort dressed up as freedom. This is the foundation of influence. Not just in politics, but in how nations are governed, how people are led, how control is maintained in the name of liberty. Today, we're going to explore why. Why does true freedom scare people? And how has that fear been used to shape the world? We live in an age obsessed with choice. You can choose your leaders, choose your opinions, even choose your reality, depending on the algorithm you follow. But here's the uncomfortable truth: choice is not the same as freedom. Political philosopher Noam Chomsky once said, "The smart way to keep people passive is to strictly limit the spectrum of acceptable opinion, but allow very lively debate within that spectrum." In other words, give them the illusion of freedom, so they won't notice the walls around them. It's the same principle you'll find in most democratic societies today. You can vote, yes, but for candidates pre-approved by donors, parties, and corporate interests. You can speak, yes, but algorithms will bury your voice if it threatens the dominant narrative. This isn't just conspiracy, it's structure. A system that rewards obedience and punishes deviation, without ever needing a dictator. And here's the twist: most people prefer it that way. Because real freedom, it requires responsibility. It means standing alone. It means no one to blame but yourself. And that terrifies people. The ancient Greeks understood this. Plato wrote about the cave, a dark place where people watched shadows on the wall and believed it was reality. When one prisoner escaped and saw the truth, he came back to free the others. But they didn't thank him. They hated him, because he had shattered the only world they understood. Now zoom out. That's not just a story about enlightenment. It's a political warning. Plato was saying, people fear those who see too clearly. Because truth demands change, and change demands pain. Even modern psychology supports this. Studies show that people are more emotionally disturbed when confronted with complex truth than when exposed to comforting lies. This is why populists succeed. They tell people what they want to hear, not what they need to hear. It's easier to blame outsiders, minorities, or the elite, than to confront the emptiness within. And politicians, on both sides, understand this. They don't lead by truth. They lead by narrative. The most effective form of control isn't through fear. It's through dependence. When a state makes its citizens depend on it for survival, they won't rebel. Why would they? They need the system, even if it's broken. This is why welfare in some places becomes a trap. Why surveillance is welcomed in the name of security. Why censorship is accepted if it protects from harmful content. It's not just politics. It's philosophy applied at scale. As Nietzsche warned, he who cannot obey himself will be commanded. And society, in general, doesn't want to command itself. It wants to be told what to do, but gently, with a smile, wrapped in words like safety, progress, and unity. It's power by sedation, not by domination. But in every age, there are a few who can't be sedated. The thinkers, the questioners, the ones who say, wait, something feels off. These are the ones history tries to forget, until it can't. Socrates, who corrupted the youth. Malcolm X, who was too radical. Assange, Snowden, and others branded traitors, because they revealed too much. And each time, society reacts the same: shoot the messenger. Ignore the message. Because people don't fear injustice. They fear the discomfort of admitting they were complicit in it. So what do? If you see through the shadows on the wall, if you've tasted real freedom and felt its loneliness. What now? You don't run from society. You observe it. You study it. You influence it, quietly, wisely, without needing applause. You don't yell to be heard. You whisper what others are afraid to think. Because the future doesn't belong to those who fit in. It belongs to those who see beyond the frame. This is the real tale of influence. Not power over others, but clarity within yourself. And once you've found it, no one can control you again.